And we go to Venezuela now. After hardline right-wing opposition leader Maria Machado was indicted yesterday for attempting a coup against the government, the victims of the armed barricades, which shook the country in early 2014, describe it as an act of justice. Rachel Boothroyd with the report.
Drivers in Hummers in the rich district of Valle Arriba in Caracas shouted at them that they were talking nonsense. But for them, it doesn't feel like a joke. They are all members of the committee for the victims of the barricades. Each and every one of them lost a loved one or had someone close to them injured during the armed barricades which ripped through the country in February this year in an attempt to overthrow the Venezuelan government. The faces belong to the 44 people killed by the barricaders. Today the committee has gathered outside the US Embassy in Caracas to hand over a document rejecting US President Barack Obama's defence of currently jailed right-wing opposition politician Leopoldo López, who they consider to be the main orchestrator of the barricades.
The barricades were promoted, sponsored and prepared by these leaders of the opposition who are on trial at the moment, and others who are still free.
Gracias.
Nosotros nos gustaría, por favor, su nombre y cargo, señor, si es tan amable. Señor, ¿cuál es su nombre, caballero?
They received much the same response when they handed over a document to the United Nations headquarters in Caracas earlier this week. They were protesting against comments made by assessors from the organisation's working group on arbitrary detention, who recommended that the Venezuelan government release López. An unidentified UN representative told the committee to look up the headquarters' telephone number on their website if they wanted to receive a reply.
It seemed to us that we received unequal treatment because they didn't attend to us in the same way that one of their teams attended to Mrs. Liliana Tintori.
Just 1 hour later, there was no shortage of international media coverage as right-wing opposition leader Maria Corina Machado was officially indicted for treason against the state. She was one of the main voices spurring on the barricades, and prosecutors link her to emails threatening to annihilate Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro. She denies that she is trying to topple the government.
I'm saying to Venezuelans that we are going to triumph. We are very close.
As the case continues, figures in Washington have intensified their calls for sanctions against the Venezuelan government. Rachel Boothroyd for Telesur in Caracas, Venezuela.